Hey guys, welcome back to Movies Recapped. Today I will show you an romantic, comedy film 1974, called, Lovers and Other Relatives. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. And I hope you enjoy it. The movie starts by showing an old man, named Giustino, who lures his wife's pet dog to the balcony with the lure of biscuits to kill him by dropping a pot on him, but the pot was tied to the balcony so that dog's life is saved, but that dog runs away from there further while Giustino was talking with his wife. Then we audience come to know that the dog of Giustino's wife always toilets in Giustino's shoes. But for this reason Giustino is very fed up, and that is why this morning he was trying to kill that dog. Just then we see Giustino's eldest son Renzo with his wife Laura arrives at the house. After this there is scene shift on Sandro, the main character of the movie, who was having fun with a girl with his friends, because that girl had a lot of hair in her face. Then Sandro's mother calls Sandro to take out things from Renzo's car. After some time Renzo leaves Laura at home and goes out in connection with work, and when Renzo was saying bye to Laura then touches behind him, and Sandro also sees this thing. After which the way he looks at Laura, we can clearly understand from him that now he has started liking Laura. Now after this the next day Sandro takes Laura to the beach, where, seeing the beauty of Laura, all the men of the beach were looking at him constantly. Further, even when Laura was applying sun cream on her body, Sandro was being seen by her. That is, now day and day, Sandro is getting attracted to her sister-in-law. Only then some of Sandro's friends come there and he sees the beauty of Laura. They are praised a lot, but Sandro does not like this thing very much, so he drives them both out of there. At the same time a girl comes and asks Sandro to go with her, but seeing Sandro, Laura refuses him because at the moment he was behind Laura. Then after that girl leaves from there, Sandro comes to Laura. Laura asks him if that girl was your girlfriend, listening to which Sandro categorically refuses and says that she is just my good friend. And same night Sandro comes with his friend to a cabin in which a couple were enjoying. Then Sandro's friend leaves the cats in the cabin to harass the couple and then runs away. When he comes home, Sandro asks Giustino for some money because today he was with Laura the whole day. The next day when Sandro was on the beach with Laura, his friends call him to play, but Sandro refuses because he had to be with Laura. Seeing this, Laura tells him that you should go with your friend and you don't have to be with me all the time. To hear this we hear the audience understand that Laura is speaking because of all this anger, so Sandro goes with his friend. The same night Renzo comes back from work and once again touches Laura from behind, and it thing sees Sandro again. After that when Sandro was going somewhere with his friends, then they see Laura making love with Renzo. Now because Sandro started liking Laura, so he immediately take his friends from there. Goes ahead when Renzo was having fun with Laura, then his voice is also heard by Sandro because he was sleeping in the next room and he doesn't like this thing at all. Then next morning Renzo again for work goes out in connection, and when Sandro was on the beach with Laura, he sees Laura with a very dirty look. Now slowly Sandro tries hard to come close to Laura, and in this connection he also helps her a lot, seems like. Seeing this, Laura also becomes very happy and she also starts behaving very well with Sandro, and from above, gradually both were becoming very open to each other. Even Laura applied her sun cream on her. Many days pass by doing this, and one day Laura asks Sandro to try her dress. She had to see how Sandro looks in girl's dress. Was doing Laura's dress tray when Giustino sees her, and she thinks that Sandro is a gay. So he always goes to the beach with Laura. After that the next day on the beach, Laura changes her clothes in front of Sandro so that we find out how comfortable she has become with Sandro. Then they both take a boat and go to the sea, where Laura takes care. Here Sandro wanted to come closer to Laura, but thinking about Renzo, he doesn't do anything like that. Night Sandro hears Laura's voice in sleep, so he goes to his room to see Laura, and after watching for a while he comes back to his room. Next head Renzo comes back home and they go out to lunch again. When Renzo and Laura were together at night, Sandro listens attentively, during which Renzo Laura. After that the next morning Renzo again goes to another city in connection with work. Further we can see that Sandro is behaving very badly, but he is not even talking to Laura properly, due to which Laura also feels a bit strange and then changes clothes and asks Sandro to go out of the cabin, but hearing this, Sandro refuses to go outside. and says that I will turn my face on the other side. He even tries to get closer to Laura. But seeing this, Laura slaps him hard, and then Sandro tells Laura that you like this. Didn't I listen to you and brothers talk yesterday? On this, Laura tells that both of them were performing a play, and whatever he heard, it was just part of a play, but Sandro doesn't believe this, so he has Renzo's method on his girlfriend today, but Sandro's girlfriend does not like this thing, so she slaps him and leaves from there. Now the same night Sandro gets a call from Renzo. He tells Sandro to tell Laura that he is not going to come home tonight. Laura gets sad because she wore a new dress today to make Renzo happy. Now seeing Laura sad, Sandro asks her to go to the party with her, on which Laura at first refuses but later agrees. Meanwhile on the other side we are shown Renzo, who was with another woman. Means Renzo, the affair is going on outside, but for this reason today he did not go home. After that we see the scene of the party where Sandro is sitting alone. And he gets very jealous seeing Laura dancing with the rest of the men. During this too, people come to the party, joking, looking at Laura, starts passing very dirty comments, and Sandro also hears this thing. Then Sandro's girlfriend comes to him and asks for dance. But Sandro's attention was towards Laura, so he refuses now because everyone in the party was looking at Laura with dirty eyes, so he leaves the party with Laura. The same Laura is very angry because of leaving the party early. Then Sandro tells her that all the men of the party were thinking of doing wrong to you, so I took you from there. It is known that Sandro has started liking her very much, and that is why she gives Sandro a kiss, but soon she realizes that all this is wrong, so she leaves from there. While on coming home, Sandro calls Renzo and tells that he kissed his wife, but Renzo thinks that Sandro is joking with him, so he doesn't pay much attention to that and hangs up the phone. After this, when she wakes up the next day, Laura tells Sandro that she drank too much last night, due to which she does not remember anything what she did last night. Then after a while, when Renzo comes home, Laura screams loudly in her room. Actually, she wanted to check whether her voice reaches Sandro's room or not, but here she comes to know that her voice is not coming till Sandro's room. In scene we see Renzo, Sandro and Laura in party where while dancing with Sandro, Laura tells that there is no sound in your room from my room, and I have checked this thing myself. On this, Sandro says if you listen very carefully, then you will definitely hear the voice, and saying this touches Laura in the same way that Renzo touches him. And Laura doesn't even say anything to Sandro on this. From this we understand whether she has also started liking Sandro. Then goes to see a movie with Sandro and Laura and his girlfriend, during which he again tries to touch Laura. At first Laura stops him, but Sandro does not stop, and then Laura also starts supporting him in this. And next day there is no one at home except Sandro and Laura, and when Sandro is reading a book, then Laura forcefully comes and starts getting the book, taking advantage of which Sandro starts touching Laura again, where Laura again tries to stop him. But later she also starts enjoying it, after which both of them come very close. As soon as Renzo comes out, hearing the voice of which the two immediately parted. The same night when Laura and Renzo were making love, their voice again Sandro is heard. From this time he cannot stop himself and starts watching them silently, and during this time Laura also knew that Sandro is watching them silently. Sandro feels very bad seeing all this and he cries. Hugh goes towards the beach. After that, when she wakes up the next day, Laura comes to know that Sandro has not come home since last night, so she asks Renzo to find Sandro, but Renzo says that Sandro disappeared from the house many times like this and comes back in a few days. But in spite of this, Laura was not feeling well, so she herself goes to the beach and asks Sandro's friend about her, but she comes to know that Sandro is sleeping in the beach cabin. Then Laura immediately goes to the cabin, and there she finds Sandro. Here they both apologize to each other, and then both of them make physical relation there. After some time, when Renzo and the whole family come there, Laura tells them that she has explained to Sandro. After some time Sandro also comes out, and everyone is very happy to see him safely, after which the whole family starts drinking together. During this time, Sandro and Laura were constantly seeing each other, so that we get to know how the relationship is going between them, and the movie ends here. Watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last I will say, stay safe and stay well. Thank you so much for watching the video with your precious time.